a lot of people are going to be asking why on earth I'm covering this, but it's so bizarre, so 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 bizarre, and so much part of this ridiculous culture war that Cummings wants to push because it'll somehow help the Tory party and their voters. But this is actually genuinely quite insane because at the moment we're dealing with a massive coronavirus pandemic. We're dealing with the results of a recession, and we've got a no deal Brexit literally months away at this point, and the government is in no way prepared for it. And, and in the middle of it, we've got the Tories running around losing their minds because Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream company, has dared criticise Priti Patel. And I really did consider on whether or not actually covering this, but the madness of this just speaks volumes of why the Tories and Conservatives are just losing their mind over this. But yeah, here you go. So this comes from. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah. So this comes from the New European, and it really does look like the Tories have essentially declared war on an ice cream company of all things. So the title is of the article: Tories go to war with ice cream company over criticisms of Priti Patel. So the ice cream company used Twitter to attack the Home Secretary, who has set the Navy on those attempting to enter the UK by taking a journey from France to England in small boats. In a Twitter thread, Ben & Jerry's UK Twitter account tweeted Patel saying, "Hey, at Priti Patel." Oh. Oh, "Hey, we think the real crisis is our lack of humanity for people fleeing war, climate change and torture." Sharing news articles, it tweeted why the Home Secretary was wrong with her stance. They explained people wouldn't make dangerous journeys if they had any other choice. The UK hasn't resettled any refugees since March, but wars and violence continue. What is needed is more safe and legal routes. They added, people cannot be illegal, and it is enshrined in the 1951 Refugee Convention that crossing the border illegally should not impact your asylum claim. Strong borders aren't the answer, and it only puts more lives at risk. It continued, let's remember we're all human and all have the same rights to live regardless of the country we happen to have been born in. And one more for people at the back, people cannot be illegal. The comments prompted a Home Office source to close to the brand brand the ice cream company as overpriced junk food. Patel is working day and night to bring an end to these small boat crossings, which are facilitated by international criminal gangs and are rightly serious concern to British people. If that means upsetting the social media team for a brand of overpriced junk food, then so be it. The Foreign Office Minister James Cleverly also wrote, "Can I have a large scoop of statistically inaccurate virtue signalling with my grossly overpriced ice cream, please?" But Twitter criticised the Tories for focusing on the ice cream firm rather than the questions it raised. "Imagine being more upset at ice cream than they are about the lives of refugees," tweeted one person. "If you think a tub of Ben and Jerry's is overpriced, you're going to absolutely wet yourselves when you find out how much we paid for PPE that doesn't work," responded satirical website Newstump. This is why a corporation conscience. This is what corporate conscience looks like, wrote another Twitter user. But Rachel Clark reminded users there have been over 65k excess deaths since COVID-19 hit the UK, the worst death toll in Europe. Please don't let this confronted storm in an ice cream cone distract you. And that's the truth. This whole thing about illegal immigrants is being drummed up. It's just not an issue. It really isn't. And yeah, having a policy in regards to to make sure that asylum seekers are settled and things like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can all get behind that idea. But the idea that this is somehow the defining issue of our time, we're in a recession, we're in a pandemic, and we're staring down the barrel of a no-deal Brexit. It's, quite frankly, not an issue. And other than that, that's all I've really got to say about it. Though those comments are right, the point they raised is really valuable. And the fact that just to turn around and just say, oh, you're overpriced junk food. So what? That it's still a valid point that they bring up. And they are right. Let's find more legal routes for these people to enter the country so that they don't have to take such dangerous crossings. Let's find a way to facilitate that so they don't have to rely on criminal gangs. Having a sensible border policy with access for routes to able to enter this country legally, to claim asylum, regardless of whether they have to cross the border illegally or not, is a good thing. Having a strong border means nothing. Having ways for people to access this route makes it easier and much better for these people, because then they don't have to rely on criminal gangs, most of which might be demanding some sort of service in return. They might be demanding that they run like legal weed farms or something like that, or they might be subject to like modern slavery here in the UK. If you allow them more legal ways to access and enter this country, that could solve a lot of other problems. But there you go. This is just trying to make a mountain out of what is essentially it's a non-issue. It just really is. There's no other way to put it. It's a complete and utter non-issue. So with that, thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to do so, we have other ways you could support the channel monetarily. I have a link to my Patreon down below, as well as a one-off donation link if you'd like to do that. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.